this is just to quickly forewarn people who don't like gore that there is a lot of gore in this video. Yes! This is cool. I did it like a year ago. Ooh, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I found it. It still has the needle in it. I just broke it. That's the wrong one. I think that was the hooked mermaid. It's sticky. Get off. Ah, skin falling everywhere. Here we go. Here it is. In its whole glory. You can see the stitching in it. Except this one didn't like close like this one did. Okay, if you would like to see how to get this, then keep on watching.
So I'm using liquid latex and I'm just pouring it into a little petri dish for easy access and applying a base layer all over my arm. Also, I want to quickly apologize and say I will be out of frame for some of this video, but I'm still trying to get used to it, so I'm really sorry. Anyway, back to the video. I'm now using cotton wool pleats and I'm ripping the pieces up, dipping them in the liquid latex and applying them to my arm and then stippling on more liquid latex over the top of that. Good God, that was a lot to say. I repeated this exact same steps on the other side, so I had like a open gash wound. I don't know what shape this is. Pretty much just create a circle oval shape like that. Yeah, an oval shape. I'm now ripping up pieces of tissue paper and I'm making sure I only have one of the layers that they have, and I apply some liquid latex and put the tissue paper on top, because this will help to blend the cotton wool out into my skin. I'm making sure I leave a jagged edge because a jagged edge blends easier into your actual skin and you won't have that line of where your flesh meets the tissue. So I just keep stippling on more and more liquid latex, and then I used a hairdryer to help with the drying process. Oh, no, I didn't. Before that, I used a little lollipop stick and I went underneath the skin to make it a little bit more flappy. Then I used the hairdryer. There we go. When dried, liquid latex is very sticky. So to stop it from being so sticky and sticking to itself, I'm using a translucent powder all over the top of it to stop it from being sticky and tacky. Yeah. Oh, my voiceovers are so sarcastic. Now I'm using a kind of reddish pink lipstick. It's called Dare to Be Different from I Heart Makeup by Makeup Revolution. And I'm using this on top of the liquid latex so that it blends into my skin, since I have a very pink undertone to my skin. You can use whatever you have. This is why I use lipsticks, because I don't have things like cream paints and Illustrator palettes, which I actually really want to get, but they're so expensive. I'm using foundation now just to go over the top of it, and it turns out I'm actually a lot lighter and I have lighter skin tone than I thought I did, because this is quite dark and orange on my skin, hence why I then try and lighten it again with the translucent powder afterwards. I'm now using this deep red lipstick from collection. It's from like their Little Mix collection called it's Leanne's. It's just Leanne's Little Mix lipstick. It's a very dark, like vampy red. And I thought this was perfect to go inside my wound. So I used the bullet to slather it on, and then I used a brush to really get under that flap of skin. I also painted on the liquid latex so that it looks like it was a flap of skin and it's actually been ripped away from the rest of my flesh. I love descriptions of gross things. I'm making sure to put it up around the edge a little bit because I'm pretty sure that a gash this big would have a lot of blood around it as well. I'm now using these eyeshadows, and I don't know where they're from, but I'm pretty much just using a very neutral taupe shade that's matte, and I'm using this around the edges to shade it a little bit. Turns out I had some black on my brush. Oh well. I'm using the Sleek palette in Enchanted Forest, and I'm using a couple blues and purple in this palette to create a look of bruising. I wanted this person to look like they'd been through a lot, you know? Like, they had a tough time with this thing. I don't know. Okay, what's next? More eyeshadow. I'm using a darker eyeshadow, and I'm using loads of eyeshadows. And I put this under the flap of the skin so that it looked a little bit darker. Put on too much, but it's okay because the fake blood comes next. The best bit. So good. This was so satisfying. Okay, I have two bloods. A runny blood and a big clotted blood. Both from Mayron. The squirt blood I have is dark because I like my blood dark. Yeah. So I just squeeze it on and spread it out with a brush. Okay, this stuff has got to be like the best thing ever. I love it so much. And it smells really nice and syrupy. Pretty much just really thick blood that looks like clots. So I kind of put this in there and like sloshed it around a little bit to make it look like, hey, I've had a tough time, you know. If you're going to bleed, you'll bleed everywhere, literally, especially with something this big. So I used a tissue to kind of dab it off a little bit. I tried moving it around to make it drip. Didn't really work, but it's okay because I smacked on a load of blood off the tissue onto everything else. Oh, here we go. The actual wound is done now. Now you just sew it up. This bit is so satisfying. I mean, even I feel a little bit sick watching this, but oh, it's so gross. This is the best bit. Look at it. Oh no. That's horrible. I mean, I don't know how to suture properly, so don't ever ask me to help you out when there's needles involved. Because I'll just do this.
So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that no one threw up in the process of me sewing this up, but that was pretty cool. Like, I had blood all over my hands. I felt like it was real, except that it wasn't painful and I wasn't screaming, which should probably be the case because I have quite a bad history with needles. My friends know. I'll see you in my next video. Make sure you get a thumbs up, make sure that you thumbs up, make sure that you thumbs up, subscribe and comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Stay safe, be careful with needles. Should probably not have actually done that.